What you call it? B-O-N. Y'all know what a B-O-N is? That's a big old nigga. What a big old nigga is, that's a male version of the Lizzo, BBW. Speaking of BBWs, there's a lot of fine-ass, decent little mediocres in here right now. Y'all very cute, low-key.
Man, you already know, man. It's Chicago freshman class. You already know it's A1 Dole in the building. Who I got in the building with me?
Man, Poncho G, SOD Money Gang, man. You know
hey, man. We got something different for y'all today in the building, man. We got something very special. We got a comedian in the building right now. And not only just any comedian, this comedian is signed to who?
SOD Money Gang.
Man, what? Y'all need to understand this. So, basically, what I like to dive in is, like, how long have you been doing comedy and, like, what inspired you to do comedy?
And I've been doing comedy like 4 years now. I got the inspiration for people thinking I was naturally funny.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So they told me go on stage, man. I did a year open mics, and it took off after that.
For sure. So how was the experiences of the open mics when you first started? Like, what was your biggest like things that you felt like you achieved through that?
Being able to do the Kenan Thompson show.
Oh yeah, straight up. Yeah. Man, tell me how that shit was. Like, tell these people so they know.
Man, I did the Kenan Thompson national show. I came in like 3rd place, and then the pandemic had happened.
For sure. Yeah, that definitely slowed up a lot of shit, but that's dope as hell. So you got some things under your belt. So, alright, so since we on that topic, what's some of the shows you did and how can they find some of your shows?
I done did a lot of big shows, especially like in Vegas. I did like down there every show.
Yeah.
Out there in Vegas, the Stratosphere, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in Vegas know what it is. Not just Vegas, but all over, man. Internationally known, man.
For sure. That's hard as hell. So what's some of the places that you performed at in Vegas?
The Stratosphere. Did a couple shows at the Strat. It was a lot going on too, like at Blue Martini.
Okay.
Shows like that, you know, big venues, you know.
I bet. That shit definitely dope. Now, I did see you did some shit at Riddles. Like, tell me about that shit.
Oh yeah, when I come home, I do a few shows at Riddles. All over the city, but Riddles, I love Riddles though. That's one of my favorite places to perform when I'm at home.
Alright, so when you basically, you know what I'm saying, coming over with jokes and coming over with shit, is it like you freestyle show, or do you bring shit like that you done experienced and that you done brought like from your childhood or your adulthood all throughout?
That shit go with everything. It's like how the room is read.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got shit that's pre already.
Yeah.
You trying to do that. You see some shit, you throw that shit in there.
For sure. Okay, so with that being said, who's some comedians that you'll work with if you had the chance with? If you know some in Chicago, name 3 of them, but national too.
Also Chicago, I fuck with like D Brown, Mike Sant.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Also like newer shit.
Yeah.
And then probably like Damon Williams, like a little bit older Chicago type guy.
On bro. Now as far as like on some global shit, who you'll work with globally as far as comedian?
Shit, Martin Lawrence.
Oh, bro.
Somebody definitely like, you know, I never met or seen or nothing, but that's somebody I definitely would
love. That shit be hard.
Steve Harvey.
Oh, damn, you going for the big leagues. Oh, yeah, so you damn that. Okay.
I'm trying to work with them.
For sure.
And then probably like, I'm going to go Spanky Hayes. That's my brother right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spanky. That's one of my brothers. That's who I work with now. That was a person that was there that believed in me before all this shit.
For sure. All right, so what's some venues that you would like to perform at? That you didn't sing like throughout the time? You was like, oh yeah, if I got it showed up, I know that shit gonna take off.
The Apollo.
Bro.
Yeah. who don't want to perform at the Apollo?
Chill.
That's everybody goal in life.
Yeah,
perform at the Apollo, bro.
Hell yeah.
Just not to get booed. Hey, shit, I'll take the boo. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was there. I can say they booed me. I was like, man, they booed me. Shit.
For
but
sure.
I was there.
Alright. So, what's some of your funniest moments that you done had throughout your career so far?
Funniest moments?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I can't really, we had the Dontario.
Yeah.
Dontario shit went viral.
Yeah.
I'm the nigga on that video if y'all seen that shit.
Bro.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all take that shit out too.
Yeah.
Y'all probably already know, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all probably already seen that shit. That shit over viral.
That was me and shit. And did
bro.
that shit.
Yeah.
He was talking and shit.
Yeah.
But that was, cause that went major.
For sure.
That was one of the funniest moments.
Alright, so what's one of your most heartfelt moments while in your career? Like what's something that like really touched your heart as far as motivated you or inspired you or was like, yeah, I needed this to take me out?
Probably like the other major people that run the comedy industry.
For sure.
When they love me, like Mary Lindsay, if you know comedy, Michael Williams, if you know comedy.
Yeah.
When they took me under their wing.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They believed in me. So like for them to believe in me, that's when I knew like, okay, this real.
For sure.
I do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so what I was gonna say next was, so how did you come about like signing to SODMG, and how did you come about like meeting up with Soulja Boy and working, you know what I'm saying, doing working business with Soulja Boy?
See, the thing is, a lot of people don't know I had did all his jewelry.
For sure.
I'm a
Oh, okay,
jeweler.
you a jeweler too.
Mm-hmm.
What? Y'all need, hey,
Oh yeah.
check out bro work too. He got the
Yeah.
shit going everywhere too.
Hell yeah, I'm a jeweler. So, you know, I did all like the piece with the gun, Soulja Boy with the gun, and the piece with the man. That's all my pieces and some other little pieces I had did.
For sure.
And so after I did his pieces, he was like, "Man, I'ma sign you."
For sure. That shit
Mhm.
hard.
And he knew my work, and then he was like, "I'ma sign you," and I didn't believe him. And then one day it happened.
For sure, for sure. That shit hard. That shit hard. So what all things do you plan on achieving or doing with Soulja?
We saw the, you know, Soulja doing his acting, so I'm supposed to be doing some movies with Soulja.
Okay.
And then not just with him, just acting in period.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
what I'm saying? Well, I got some things with him, but we got some shit on our sleeve.
For
you
sure.
know
That
what I'm
shit hard. That shit hard. So is there any other celebrities or any other people that's been in the game that you done ran across of and that you done did business with so far?
A few people, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot, you know, I don't say too much, but
for
you
sure.
know, you go on my Instagram, you already know what it is.
For sure. And what is your Instagram?
And the real Poncho MFG.
Okay.
Yeah, Poncho G.
And what can they find you at on YouTube and Facebook?
This Poncho G, I'm the only one in the world, Poncho G, man. On the real.
For sure, for sure. Alright, so what I say is your top 3 comedians, who are they?
Robin Harris, Bernie Mac, Martin Lawrence.
And why?
Robin Harris, Bernie Mac, they two of the greatest, and they from Chicago.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
so,
the GOATs.
Yeah, so Chicago legends.
Yeah.
And then Martin Lawrence, just growing up, I just felt like he was just one of the greatest.
For sure.
In my generation.
If you had a movie pitch where you could pitch to Martin Lawrence, what type of movie would it be?
Shit, we'd do like some house party type shit.
Oh, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
that
I
shit
be the
Chicago
DJ.
kickback.
I play his. He'd be my father or something.
Type shit.
He'd
type
be the
shit.
new Robin Harris.
Yeah.
And I'd be the new. You know what I'm saying? Him, but I'm a DJ. Whatever.
Oh, bro, that shit hard as hell. I could definitely see that shit. That shit be funny as hell.
Mm.
Martin Lawrence, if you seeing this shit, hey.
My mama, I'm here, man. I'm
Hey.
your son, man.
Hey.
In the movie, man. Yeah.
Oh, bro.
For sure.
Alright, so is there any people like as far as with your management or anybody like particular like you would like to shout out or anybody that you would like to for the people to know that's like behind you and support you?
Man, shout out to Blink TV. Shout out to Vegas Custom Jewelry. Man, shout out to my daughter, man. Shout out to everybody who been believing me, supporting me. Shout out to Las Vegas, man, Chicago, man. You know what it is.
For sure. And what I like to say is, do you have any merch yet for your content?
Nah, but you can just buy the jewelry.
True.
That's the merch.
Alright.
Instead of putting my name on there and all that shit, you gonna remember me just buying a piece from me, man.
For
You know,
sure.
I ain't gotta put my logo and shit on there. You got the product.
For sure. So how important do you feel it is for marketing as far as a comedian? Because I know for artists it's everything for them, but how important is marketing for a comedian?
You definitely gotta put a lot of content out. It's all about keeping yourself relevant. And
Yeah, so lastly, what I like to ask is basically like, what would you like the people to know you as far as like with your comedy, as far as with your talent in your career? Like, what impact do you want them to know you as?
as a pioneer,
For sure.
you know, as a founder, one of the, like, at least give me my credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else you gonna start seeing niggas OVO comedian. You know what I'm saying? Rap a lot comedian. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So at least give me my flowers and let them know, like, Femo started this shit.
For sure. That shit hard. That shit hard. You definitely got a lot of shit going on. It's definitely been a pleasure. You got the jury, you got the comedy, you got all that shit going on. You saying the SODMG. Man, I ain't gonna stunt, you definitely making the crib look great. And I'm glad you doing this shit. And I'm glad you keep going, bro. Like, I ain't gonna stunt. For any young comedians out there, y'all trying to get into the game or anything, take this as motivation and take this as you could get out here and you could do this shit too. So just know that. But you already know it's been another great episode with Chicago Freshman Class. You already know him, A1 Dolo, who I got hit in the building with.
Man, Poncho motherfucking G, boy.
And what can they find you at?
Man, follow me on everything. Just Poncho G, Ponchog. Just Google it.
You already know.